economic and financial benefits. Let's see what we're going to get out of this in connection with cosmic habit force. First of all, a definite major purpose. And through a combination of the principles of the philosophy of American achievement, one may condition his mind and body to hand over to cosmic habit force the exact picture of the financial status he wishes to maintain, and these will automatically be picked up and carried out to their logical conclusion by an inexorable law of nature which knows no such reality as failure. Now, I have observed by studying people who are successful, and I've had probably more opportunity to study successful people at close range than any other man living today, I have observed that they think constantly in terms of things they can do, never in terms of things they can't do. I once asked Henry Ford if there was anything he wanted to do that he couldn't do. He said, "Why, no, I don't think about the things I can't do. I think about the things I can do." Now, the majority of people, however, are not like that. They think about the things they can't do and worry about them, and consequently, they can't do them. They think about the money they don't have and worry about it, and consequently, they don't have it and never get it. You know, money's a peculiar thing, isn't it? Somehow or another, it just doesn't follow the fellow around that doesn't believe he's got a right to get it. I don't know why that is. Money is a kind of an inanimate thing. I don't believe it's the fault of the money. I don't think the fault's there. I think it's in the mind of the person who doubts that he can get it. I notice that when students of mine start believing that they can do things, it starts to change their entire financial condition. I notice that when they don't believe they can do things, they don't do them. So the whole purpose of this philosophy is to induce my students to build up habits of belief in themselves and in their ability to direct their minds to whatever they want in life, and to keep their minds off the things they don't want. If you don't know too much about Mahatma Gandhi, it'd be a good idea if you to get a book, read up on the life of Mahatma Gandhi. There's a man who didn't have anything to fight the British with except his own mind. He didn't have any soldiers, he didn't have any money, he didn't have any military equipment, he didn't even own a pair of breeches. And yet he put to rout the great British Empire with his mind power, just resisting them. He didn't want them, he didn't accept them, and finally the British they got the big idea and got out. Surprising how many individuals will do that when you set your mind against them. You don't have to say anything, you don't have to do anything, you just have to say in your own mind, I don't want that person in my life, and eventually he'll get out, sometimes very quickly. I'm telling you, this mind power stuff, it's powerful, it's potent, it's marvelous, it's profound if you once become acquainted with it and start using it. Now, this philosophy is the medium by which one's thought habits may be controlled until they are taken over by cosmic habit force. And it is well to here call attention to the fact that no one has ever been known to become financially independent without having first established a prosperity consciousness, just as no one may remain physically well without having first established a health consciousness. I remember so well my greatest difficulty when I started out with Andrew Carnegie. My greatest difficulty was forgetting that I was born in poverty and illiteracy and ignorance. It took me a long time to forget the little mountain hut in the mountains of Wise County, Virginia, where I was born. Long time before I could forget about that and get it out of my system. And always when I'd start out to interview an outstanding man, I'd think, oh, well, I'm so insignificant. When I come into his presence, I guess I'll be ashamed and afraid because I remembered where I came from. I remembered my poverty. It was a long time before I could shake that poverty off. But finally I did it. And when I began to think in terms of opulence, I began to say then, well, why wouldn't Mr. Edison see me? Why wouldn't Mr. Wanamaker see me? Because I'm just as big in my field as he is in his. I not only felt that, ladies and gentlemen, but I saw the day when I made it come true. It's an achievement when you can reach out and influence the lives of millions of people all over the world beneficially. I say that's an achievement. And I say it never would have been done if I hadn't changed the habits, thoughts of Napoleon Hill. That was my biggest job. Believe me, my biggest job was not getting in to see the men of affairs and to get their collaboration. That was easy. My biggest job was to change the habits of thinking of Napoleon Hill.